Good afternoon, everybody. It's RT here in the lab to talk about the Chaos PRZ. A lot of people have been asking about this, and it's time to do a little mini tutorial. So here we go. The Chaos PRZ can be built using the Fibonacci retracement tool on TradingView. So you got to get TradingView if you want to use this. You can use different widgets on different sites, but they don't save the templates, and that's a really helpful feature. So let's check it out. Right here on this third tab down, you get the fib retracement, and this is what it's going to look like out of the box. Kind of gross, kind of useless. I don't use that one. So you want to get on here, and you've got to pick the settings. And the nice thing is about TradingView is you can save these templates. You see I have a whole bunch of templates here saved. You name them, and this is the one that I use for the Chaos PRZ. I've got these custom colors put on because Hxro Labs colors are sweet, and I wanted to dress up the chart in a sort of matching way, but you can use whatever colors you want. You want to take the background off. You're going to need to click reverse. It doesn't come like that. And I put the labels on the left so that I can have different things sticking out to the right. So when I put them on, and then I like to add that to show me where it might hit price, okay? So that's how you set up the tool. And now that I have it set up, anytime I go here, it's going to be on that Chaos PRZ setting. Okay, and if I want, I can just switch it over to my reload zone. I got my fib extensions. So get onto TradingView, set yourself up with all these templates. It makes your life a whole lot easier. Now let's take a look. Most importantly, what the hell is the Chaos PRZ? And that's a story, that's a long story that I don't even have all the answers to. Mostly what I can share with you today is how I use it as a trader. It has helped me secure profits at very opportune moments. It's helped me find entries. Sometimes it works on the bearish side too, although I haven't used it there extensively, but it smacked an Atom entry earlier this year. I'll show you that. Now this video right here, the Feigenbaum constant 4669 Numberphile, you can look this up. I'll leave the link in the description. This guy talks a little bit about sort of the back end, the math behind why this number 4669 is even relevant. And that's something that, you know, is not even attached to trading in that video. Shout out to the guys at TRI. They are the ones who kind of, in my mind, translated it from that video into a tool we can use. And everyone over there is going bananas now because we're just smacking profit objectives day after day in this bull market. And then instead of looking back and saying, oh, I should have sold there, you sold there. You know, I had my bids working, I had my asks working, I got filled. And it's actually ridiculous how close this thing comes to the top when it hits. Now, sometimes it doesn't hit at all. Sometimes price goes well beyond it and you say, oh, I wish I didn't sell there. So you really have to come with a plan and understand that TA is not about being perfect. It's not about knowing exactly where price is going to go and when. It's about probability over time. And if I follow a consistent rule, then can I be profitable instead of just kind of guessing? I mean, otherwise, and I'm going to use HTR here to start. Hathor broke out this month. It's been great. And, you know, nice little consolidation here. It's going up. I hit a double at some point, I think 64 cents, and I sold half there. That was part of my plan. But then I've got this other bag, and I've got to decide, what do I want to do with it? You know, okay, it's going to be the future. Okay, it's going to $1 billion market cap. Okay, all these things. But when do I sell? When do I pay myself? I don't need HTR tokens to pay my rent. I mean, it's a means to an end, right? I want to get money out of this market. And as a trader, that's my goal. I am loyal to my local currency. I know that's kind of like taboo to say in Bitcoin land, but you know, that's my goal. My goal has to do with saving and growing a certain amount. Now that may be stables, maybe DeFi, maybe Bitcoin, but generally speaking, I need out of a trade. So this is the targeting tool that I use. There's two ways you can draw it, okay? These are the numbers, obviously, 4669, 877. There's two levels to it. And generally speaking, once you pass through this level and it kind of resolves that, then this becomes in play. At first, I'm generally just playing to the 4669. The 877 isn't really in play until this one gets resolved. Okay, and in this case, you can see that it didn't. There's two ways that I use this to draw targets. Okay, you have a big consolidation, price breaks out of it. I can then capture that consolidation with the two starting points. And for the sake of this video, I will add the 0 and 1 lines so we can see clearly where those points are marked. Now you want to put on this magnet tool because it's going to help you get a more exact reading. As you can see, because the multiple is so high, 4669, 877, they move a lot with just a few pips. So it's very important that you hit the exact tip of the wick that you want to measure. Okay, now play with this thing. I do it a certain way. I know my teacher, Brian Beamish, he does it a certain way. Might be slightly different. Whatever you do, though, in the end, you just got to collect data and do it consistently. And that way you'll be able to measure against yourself. So look here. There's another way I could draw it here. I have a consolidation on the way up. Price went up, came down. We've got 2 points. So I can draw here. And I've got to zoom in. It gets a little finicky, so we'll just do it right like this. And I'll bring it up to the high point. Now, if we break from there, if we continue up, and I'm like, wow, we're off into no man's land. What the hell's going on up here? Well, I may choose to set a sell order here. I may choose to set a sell order here. And if we have a big bull cycle this year, which seems likely, to be honest, these are two things where when those prices hit, I'll just get an alert, which I can set here on TradingView as well. Set my alerts, get my sell orders filled. And as you'll see in this video, a lot of times, you exit your position, but you can actually buy back cheaper shortly after, because the idea with Chaos PRZ is like when price arrives here, chaos will ensue. And it often does, and it's kind of freaky. So let's take a look at it. I'm going to delete this, going to delete that. And let's just look at Hathor right from here. So you have this consolidation. Now, could I draw it all the way from the right over here as well? Back up to that point? Yep. And I might get something kind of similar. In this case, the lowest low was here, and the high was there, so I use that. But either one, arguably valid. And in some cases, when I get two that are similar, I'll actually just draw a little pocket between them. And I'll say, there's my zone. I mean, look at this thing. And I didn't, making this video, it's a pre-record. I didn't go far to find one that worked. I actually just like, I'll try HDR because I'm in this position. And sure enough, I was like, holy shit, this thing. I mean, that was you ever talk about people can't call tops? Well, this thing doesn't work all the time, but if you're using it, how many times this month I've just sold the exact top, and it's ridiculous. So I wanted to share this video today. It's actually the first time ever in my trading history of about 3 years that I thought, I don't even know if I want to share this, man. If this thing goes out there and everyone starts drawing these up and starts selling these, it's going to turn into the 449, right? I'm going to start front running everything. It's the first time ever that I thought, there's a tool that's actually so sick that if everyone knew about it, it would become saturated, but we'll see. That hasn't happened with the reload zone, hasn't happened with anything else. We'll find out. So that's how you kind of set it up. Now, you can set it up in any consolidation here. You can set it up here. Arguably, you could even set it up right here between these levels. And so you just have to kind of play with it. Sometimes I even just draw like 6 different ones on my chart and I look for confluence and there's like, oh, these 3 line up here. Sometimes 1877 lines up with someone else's like 4669 on another one. Then I just put these little boxes. So it is a little tricky. You're going to have to spend some time and don't get too caught up in the fine details saying, is this perfect? Is this right? Practice, play, watch, go back on charts that have history and just see what works. Have a little fun with it. Now, recently we had the DeFi perp measuring. This was a really nice and easy one. I mean, the nice big fat weekly. There was no other consolidation on this chart to even look at. You just had the low, you had the high, kicked out this big crazy target, which at the time seemed really wishful and hopeful back in November and December. And then sure enough, it shoots up and look at that. The first real reaction on the chart. I mean, we had one here, main reaction here, lowered volume. It was our first warning sign last week. I said, oh guys, we just hit the chaos level. The volume came down a bit. What's going on? Might be time for a little exhaustion. And sure enough, 1 week later, boom, just nukes it. So anyone who got up here and sold made a good profit regardless of where price went. In this case, got out just before the bottom fell out. Now, Ren is another really good example here. This is one I've been tracking basically since the end of last year, where we had this nice consolidation structure. We had a breakout, we had a retest, and this has just been an awesome trade. And with this Chaos PRZ drawn here, and again, I'll add these lines so we can see clearly. So from this low to this high, measuring this consolidation, right? Why didn't I go to the highest high? I don't know. This case, I just used the right and the next midpoint to the left. It's not a perfect science. You have to play with it. You have to kind of find your way with it. In this case, I had this drawn up. So that's the one I was using. Comes up here, smack, I get an alert. I actually sold a little bit at this fib extension too, because I wasn't as in love with the Chaos PRZs, or at least I wasn't using them through this period. I was using more of the fib extensions from here to here, kicks out a 618. They seem more realistic. They're certainly more conservative, and at the time, that's how I was feeling. But in this rip-roaring crazy bull, these Chaos PRZs, they give you this pie-in-the-sky target. So as you can see right here, this fib extension actually did do quite well. And it did get a nice reaction to price, and it dropped back down into what at the time was a little pump chaser zone. So continue on. I have another take profit target right here. Price smacks into it, get another fill at my pump chaser zone. If I really want to trade this thing heavy, I can start refilling basically what I sold. If I decide that doesn't look like top or the rest of the market looks really good, it's a new trade though, right? It's a long off a pump chaser zone. This is a closed trade here. You know, the other thing is thinking about partial take profits, right? You don't have to go all in or all out of any one position. In fact, you shouldn't. So in this case, if I fill up 100% of my position down here, I might close 50% here. Great trade. Close it up. Take a chunk of profit. Next little one, if I'm trading the Chaos PRZ, maybe I close a little here at 20%. Now look, once this resolves, you can say, okay, the 877 is in play now. And this thing blew my mind. It's using it for one of the examples today because it's just worked so well. I mean, just teleports to this, what was at the time price discovery. Anyone else who's not the WISA looking at this thing saying, oh, look at that, it's in the sky. Why did it stop there? Well, look at this fucking level, man. Oh my God. Chaos PRZ, once again, pie in the sky, swift rejection. And go figure, we're probably back down into some kind of reload zone, pump chaser zone, more fibs, more fibs, more fibs. Yep, here we are parked right in this pump chaser zone here. So yeah, it dipped through, but again, if you're trading these fibs both ways, it really helps me shape the market. So I've been doing that now for the better part of 2 years. Here's one I want to share with you. Again, guys, I didn't go far planning this video to look for these examples. I literally just pulled up like the first 4 coins I could think of and drew it up. And it's just smack. So look at Algo Bitcoin. Again, you know, get this nice long bottom formation through January, little consolidation. Oh no, look at that. We broke out. Where are we going? I don't know, but let's drop a Chaos PRZ. We'll take the low. We'll take that center high of the consolidation. We'll kick it out. Did I sell here? Well, how did I do? Not bad. Did it resolve this level and head towards the 877? Nope. So we get stopped here. Had it gone on, that would have been the next target. Let's fast forward now. It's June 2020, later in the year. We've got a nice little working bottom here. Take that consolidation to the low, to the midpoint. Again, and I didn't draw up a bunch of these. We can actually do that now if you guys want. I just drew the first one. I was like, holy shit. Did I sell the top? Oh my God. Maybe. I didn't actually trade this one. Obviously, this is retrospective analysis. But like I said, I didn't have to go far to find these examples, guys. And so this is about using what we learned in the past to apply to the future. This thing just ping, drops 80% right back down to the Wyckoff check. Nice reload zone. Can I get some more fibs in my life, please? Because I like my fibs. And if I put my reload zone thing here, it also gives me an entry if I want to start trading this thing again. I mean, you gotta, if you're an algo bull, these are the zones you want to buy in. And if you can find a chaos level. Now think, some guys, they say, well, I'm just going to hold because algo is going to the moon. Okay, cool. But if you're loading in accumulation zones, taking some time and paying yourself through these rallies, reloading and reload zones, paying yourself on rallies, reloading. I mean, imagine how much algo you can have, right? So this is not easy. Trading is not even fun sometimes, right? It can be stressful. Sometimes the holders win and they get to say, look, I didn't sell and I'm rich. But other times they have to sit through these drawdowns and that can get a little uncomfortable. So personally, I like to trade. I stay light on my feet. I don't fall in love with any one asset. I fall in love with fibs and levels. Now let's take a look at this right here. Again, I mean, even just this past week, algo right off the bottom, take that consolidation, kick it out. Did I sell the top? I mean, I don't know what else to say, guys. If it's not catching your interest at this point, it's a fairly simple tool. It's just a location tool. It doesn't tell you about momentum, doesn't tell you about market structure. Okay, you just need a few basic understandings like how to spot the lows and highs, how to recognize consolidation areas where price is just kind of ranging, going up and down. And, you know, then there's a few ways you can draw these, right? Could I have come along here and said, hey, look, here's a high, here's a low, and then it continued. Yeah, so let's draw one out of there, right? Do they all smack? Not all the time, but even in this case, you know, we got reactions. Right here, got a nice little reaction to that level. Ended up blasting through. So what does that mean? It means that the 877's in play. Take a look at that. Oh my God. Again, I swear I didn't plan that. We're just spitballing here, guys. So have a look at this tool. Check it out. It's pretty ridiculous. Probably cat's out of the bag now. Maybe don't share this video everywhere, but you know, Atom is one example I'd like to share with you on the bearish side of things. And now I actually traded this one, so it's kind of exciting. I was already looking for a long on Atom, and since it had just made new lows, typically it would be off my list, but I was messing around here. I saw some bullish divergence, momentum indicators making higher lows while price snuck down into newer lows. I thought that's interesting. Maybe the momentum's shifting. So I got over here with my pump chaser zone, my Chaos PRZ, and I started looking at some of these breakdown points. I said, okay, what if I draw this to here? There's a consolidation. What does it kick out? And it kicks out this level down here. I was like, oh, holy shit, price is right there. Is that going to be a reversal zone? Then I grabbed from up here to down here. I said, is that going to be a reversal zone? And I got confluence. Meanwhile, price is just chilling in this zone. This is a daily, so this is almost a week long, just hanging out down here. And on a few lower time frames as well, I saw some momentum reversals indicators. And sure enough, like bought my position, and sure enough, like a week later, it just breaks out and we're off to the races. So what's next for Atom? Well, let's take a look here. We just draw it up right there. Oh my God, just about smacked that one as well. So these things, it seems to me now that I've discovered them and I use them on everything, and I'm actually getting better. For months and months, I was just kind of like, oh, cool, that works. But I wasn't setting my orders. And so I would look back and I would say, you know, oh, I should actually go set that order. Let's take a look at Serum, live and direct. I don't think that's the chart. Maybe right over here. Let's take a look at Serum. Just came into this level today. Did I have my order working? No. I'm pretty bullish on Serum, kind of grinding with it for a little. I mean, look at this volume. Do tops come in markets on new highs in volume? Not usually. So I'm pretty comfy with my Serum bag. It's a free position already. Somewhere through here, I sold what I put in. So, you know, but there it was. 2 chaos levels, drawing off some consolidations on the way up. Smack, smack. Let's get a trade, right? This stuff is fun. It's exciting. It's new. And today, I did actually use it on a Bitcoin trade on a bearish side, right? Drew a little Chaos PRZ from up here, right? From this high down to the breakdown point right here. Kicks me out these 2 levels. And then I saw, you know, nice reaction here. Okay, we're getting a little relevance on this thing. And then this morning I saw the 877 coming in here. Then of course I applied a little more TA. It's a little more advanced, you know, get my momentum indicators here, get a little reload zone, zooming out on another chart. There's actually a sort of a pump chaser zone that we're in right now. So all these things put together, I said, you know what, I'm going to take a day trade here on the corn. So when it dipped down here very early this morning, I picked some up, and it actually came, almost stopped me out today, but since bounced. So I'm just going to let this one play out. Either I lose some or I win some. And that's it. You got to manage risk when you're trading. That's the number one thing, right? You can have all the strategies in the world, but if you're taking huge size randomly and small size randomly, and you're risking $6 to win $1, like all that stuff, you're just going to end up salty and poor. So try to stick around, use risk management, play with the Chaos PRZ, have some fun with it today, guys. And if you have any questions, hit us up in the comments. You can follow me on at randomtask555 on Twitter, and make sure to like and sub to this channel so you can get more videos like this. I'll be here all year pumping out as much as I can for you guys. Have a great day, and whatever you do, play from a position of strength. Take care.